my London kitchen, except for I don't actually need to be in the kitchen to make this recipe, so let's go over to the table. Today is all about these Coconut-Cacao-Quinoa bars from the book Clean Cakes by Londoner Henrietta Inman. But you know, I am in London. Henrietta is so cool. It would be awesome if she could just be here to make these with me. Oh, hey, Henrietta!
Hi! Let's cook. Let's cook.
First, we're making homemade chocolate. Melt your cocoa butter in a double boiler and get the seeds from 1 vanilla bean.
And never throw away the pods. You can either put them in sugar and make vanilla sugar, or add a little bit to your porridge to get a nice vanilla taste, or put a little bit in your smoothie and it will all blend up. So never throw these away.
Good tips. Then add in your cocoa powder, stir, and add in maple syrup.
Honey is also fine. We've made our homemade chocolate now. We're gonna take out 50 grams, just put it in on a piece of baking parchment and freeze it for the bars, and then we'll use the rest of the dipping. Just blending up dates and coconut oil and some coconut nectar syrup with some vanilla.
As well as cinnamon and some salt. Then you add...
These are cocoa nibs. I think it's just really fun to be in the kitchen and use new ingredients. I'm weighing everything. I know you Americans like to use cups, which is fine for some things. With scales, you're gonna get that precision, not with cups.
I'm really starting to become a convert to this using a scale thing because it's so much less mess too. She just presses the tar button so it goes back to 0 every time, and then she just adds the amount that she needs, and it's all in the same bowl that you're mixing everything in.
One bowl washing up, really quick.
One bowl washing up.
And you can also do this bit, the whole thing, in a food processor. So that's all coming together. We can just add in our homemade chocolate chunks now, and then we're gonna put it into our tin. It melts quite quickly, you can tell, so you need to work quite quickly. And you see it looks a bit crumbly now, but when you push it all in, you really need to compact it all in together, and then it all sets together. So this is called a step palette knife. It's a little palette knife. It's one of my favorite things to use in my pastry kitchen. It's really good for sort of smoothing out. Some will be a bit more crumbly. You can see like this one, but you can just put it back together.
Are the scraps for the taking?
I think I'll let you, Katie. Good.
That's really good. We've got a success.
Phew. They get even better when we dip them in chocolate.
Isn't everything better dipped in chocolate? Pour some desiccated coconut on a plate and get your melted chocolate ready. Then dab it in the coconut flakes. All right, we've got all of our bars dipped and ready to go. Ready to eat, that is.
It's time.
It's time. Oh my God, these look amazing. These smell amazing.
You go first.
Me first?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so kind. The one on top?
Here she is.
Double thumbs up.
Crunchy, coconutty, not too sweet either, which is nice. You can taste all the flavors.
Yeah, thank you for coming on my channel.
Thank you for having me.
You guys, if you want to find out more about Henrietta, I'm putting all kinds of links in the description box below. Where can they find you?
Around in London, I do baking classes, I do supper clubs, cake sales and things like that.
She's all over the place here in London, so come to London, hang out
Find me.
with me and Henrietta. Keep it quirky! And now stick around to hear what clean cakes actually means and to hear Henrietta's beautiful food philosophy.
The clean for me describes just nice, pure, natural ingredients. So whole grain flours, unrefined sweeteners. This book happens to be all gluten and dairy free as well, because I was selling a lot of my things at farmers markets and in shops, and lots of my customers were asking for those kind of products. I eat everything, and I think that's also another thing. It's nice to have these sort of, if you can call them healthy cakes or healthy sort of sweet treats. But I think life is all about sort of balance, it's all about just eating what you want. I think for such a long time, baking has, you know, you open a baking book and it's always plain flour or all-purpose flour and white sugar and butter, and I just think there are so many alternatives out there and so many really tasty alternatives. It would be really exciting to try out new things in baking, and you know, things like buckwheat flour, because it's naturally gluten-free, it makes really crumbly and delicious pastry. It has a lovely nutty flavour, so with white flour and white sugar you don't have much flavour, but when you're starting with these base ingredients of buckwheat flour or rye flour or basically whole grain flours, you're already starting with so much flavour from the whole grain sort of nuttiness. All the flavours just become so much more complex and interesting. I'm writing my second cookbook at the moment, and it's called The Natural Baker. So it's sort of the same concept, sort of natural ingredients and things, but a bit more general, not all gluten and dairy free. And when I do use those gluten-free ingredients, it's just because I love their flavour, not to sort of be gluten-free, if you see what I mean. I just use them because I love them.